All right, it takes a few of these to practice to get the hang of it. It's a little like one of those brain teaser math puzzles, but kind of fun in some ways. I like it anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is enter the augmented matrix, which just means we're copying the coefficients from our equations into this format. We're dropping off all the variables, and we have this augmented matrix. All right, so the first step we're going to do is we're going to attempt to get our upper left-hand number, which is a 4 to start with. We're going to attempt to get that to be a 1. We can do that by multiplying this entire equation by 1/4. 1/4 times 4 makes 1. So we can do that if we do that to each number here. So we're going to do 12 times 1/4. It's the same as 12 divided by 4, which is 3. And then we're going to do negative 24 times 1/4, which is the same as negative 24 divided by 4, which is negative 6. We didn't do anything to the second row, so we're just going to copy that in here. All right, in the next step, step 2 here, we're going to multiply something times row 1 and add it to row 2 in order to get a new row 2 that has a 0 starting with it. And so you can see that where that new 0 is, we used to have a negative 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the entire first equation by 8. When we do that, we're going to add it to the second equation and then get a result. We're not actually going to use that multiplied, we'll do this for this step. We're not actually going to use that past this step. So we're going to go 1 times 8 is 8, and we're going to go 3 times 8 is 24, and then we're going to go negative 6 times 8, which is negative 48. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add, let's go ahead and write these in here so you can see. We're going to add these together to get our new row. This plus this gives us this 0 right here. And then we're going to add these two numbers to get negative 4, and these two numbers to get negative 12. Negative 4 and negative 12. So I'm going to go back to my picture and add those. Negative 4 and negative 12. Then we're actually keeping our top row the same, even though we multiplied it times 8 to add it. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't talk and type at the same time. We multiplied that top row times 8 and added it to the second row to get this new row, 0, negative 4, and negative 12. All right, in step 3, we're multiplying something times row 2 such that we can get that 1 in the place where the negative 4 used to be. So in order to do that, we are going to divide that row by negative 4, or multiply it by negative 1/4. That's the same thing as dividing by negative 4. In that case, 0 times negative 1/4 is 0. Negative 4 times negative 1/4 is 1. And negative 12 times negative 1/4 is 3. Because positive, or negative times negative is a positive, and 12 times 1/4 is the same as 12 divided by 4, which is 3. All right, we didn't actually do anything to the first row, so we're going to keep it the same. All right. In the next step, we're going to multiply something times row 2 and add it to row 1 to get a new row 1 with a 0 in it. So if we multiply row 2 times let's see, we're looking to get this number right here to cancel into a 0. So we're going to multiply this row here times a negative 3. We'll get 0, negative 3, and we'll get negative 9. So 0 times negative 3, 1 times negative 3, and 3 times negative 3. We're going to add that to this row to get our new row here. All right, 1 times 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 3 plus negative 3 is 0, and negative 6 plus negative 9 is negative 15. So let me go back and put that in here. Negative 15. And then down below, we're keeping the same numbers that we had before. The thing we multiplied by was a negative 3. All right, now x equals, just read it out of the augmented matrix here, negative 15, and y equals 3. I'll see if I made a number error somewhere. Yay, okay, very good. I'm just going to go ahead and do another one in case you need to see a little bit more. And it doesn't hurt me to practice either. Okay, so we're entering the numbers here, 2, negative 6, 16, and the bottom one is 3, negative 13, and 12. Just the coefficients that come right off the original equations. Okay, first step, we want to do something to cause that 2 in the upper left-hand corner to become a 1. So we're going to multiply by 1/2. Multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. We're going to keep the second row the same. And move to the next step. We're going to multiply something times row 1 and add it to row 2 to get a new row 2. All right, so we know that we want the 3 in the lower left-hand corner to turn into a 0. So we are going to multiply the top row by negative 3. And I will show you what that looks like here. I'm going to times negative 3 times this row. So I'll end up with 3 times 1 is negative 3, 3 times negative 3, or negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, and negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. We are adding that to the existing row 2 to get the new row 2. So we have 0, we have negative 4, and we have negative 12. 0, negative 4, and negative 12. Okay, and then we're going to keep the other row the same for now. Moving on to the next step, we're going to multiply something times row 2 to make a new row 2. Row 2 used to be 0, negative 4, and negative 12. So I am going to multiply by negative 1/4, because negative 1/4 times negative 4 is going to give me the positive 1 I want down below there. I'm going to need to do negative 12 times negative 1/4. Negative times negative is positive, and 12 times 1/4 is the same thing as 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Let's keep the other row the same. Now I have 1, 0, 0, 1. That means I have the answers. That is the matrix way of saying x equals and y equals. This top number is going to be our x, And the bottom number is going to be our y. Oops, do I have an empty box? Maybe. Right there. What did I multiply by? I multiplied by 3. Matrix 4 is incorrect. I multiplied by 3. And added it. I'm thinking this is going to be a different number. I did the bottom times 3, which is 9, plus 8 is 17. All right, I got it that time. All right, see if you can do those. They are tricky. There's only really 3 rules. It just takes a lot of wrapping your brain around it, which is, of course, extremely healthy and good practice.